already in. He says, can't wait for the updates. All right, so here's what I'm going to do on this webinar. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to talk about doing a huge bonus that I may very well never do again. I think I might be freaking crazy for doing this. It's huge. It really is, and that's not hype. It is going to be huge. And I'm probably not going to do it in 2017 on relaunch. All right, so we're going to talk about that. If you're already in it, on this webinar, I am going to go through the ESA presentation a little bit because there's a lot of people in here that don't know everything about it. So we're going to go over what's inside of ESA, what I'm doing, why you should be a part of 2017 if you're not currently in it. And then we're going to go over what are the new things that I'm adding to ESA. Some of them are in there right now. You don't even know it. You may have not logged in a couple of weeks. They're in there right now. And what am I adding into Ecom Success Academy for 2017? I'm nowhere near done. I was going over my notes, and yesterday I had about 30 or so videos that I'm either adding in or I'm updating because Facebook has changed their interface a little bit. All of the everything in ESA is applicable, right? It's all the same. But sometimes Facebook moves a button, they change the color of a column or whatever, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to give it a refresher. Now, instead of doing like this ESA 2.0, whatever, everybody's got to pay again to get the updates, that's not how I roll. I've been spending countless hours, probably well over about 60 hours or so of personally filming, personally editing old videos and turning them into new videos and fresh videos and just simply adding in new content. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to charge my ESA members for that. I'm just going to freaking give it to them because they deserve it, right? They deserve the updated education. They deserve to know what I'm doing right now in great detail. How many of you in here appreciate that, though? Just say, just type in love if you love that. All right, so stay on this webinar. Parts of it, I might be going over some of the original ESA presentation, but inside of that, I've also updated all of the new stuff. So I want you to see what's in there. I want you to dive in. And the point of this webinar tonight is to give you all the opportunity to binge on this new content before anybody else does in 2017. Because let me tell you right now, I've got some massive, massive partners that have been looking at ESA. They've gone through it. I'm talking about guys that have been, it doesn't matter. They're huge. And they have tons of students. And they've been begging me to let them promote it to their students, right? And I said, what can I do special for my students? And how can I make this really awesome? So I wanted to be able to give my personal students an opportunity to get early bird access and binge on the content before anybody else. And if you're a current member, I wanted you to have the updates, and I wanted you to go in there ASAP and get access to those. Now, I will say this. All the videos, all of the updates are not in there yet. They're coming, right? The official launch is 2017, and it's mid-January 2017. And by then, all of the new updates, all the new trainings will be in there. But just last night, I believe I added maybe 8 or so new modules that are probably about 2 hours worth of content with some of the sickest stuff that you will ever see. It is so freaking cool. I literally didn't hold anything back. So stay on the webinar. We're going to do a $1,000 giveaway tonight. I'm giving away $1,000 cash money, and I'm going to show you the updates. And for those of you that are not in ESA, I'm about to offer you the freaking opportunity of a lifetime if you want your career to be in internet marketing and e-commerce. We're going to talk about 4 of my top grossing campaigns. These are 4 campaigns that have generated upwards of $1.2 million in sales for me. And I'm actually going to give them away. I'm literally going to give the product, the ad, everything that's generated 1.2. These are my 4 top performing campaigns of 2016. I still run them now. They're going to be a part of a bonus tonight, and I'm going to tell you all about them, what to expect from them, how to access them, and how to jump on them ASAP. Nobody has ever done this. Nobody, I've never seen anybody do this. It was already crazy when I gave away the $152,000 campaign. So, I really want to over-deliver for you guys, and I'm excited about this. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go into ESA toward the end of the webinar. I'm going to show you the updates, but for now, I want to jump into the actual ESA presentation. I want to show you guys, if you've never got in it before, why you should get in it, and I want to show all of my current members what's new. All right, so I may jump around the press a little bit because I don't need to go through every slide because a lot of you are on my webinars. You already know what I do, what it's all about. You know that Shopify is awesome. You know that Facebook ads is where you should be. I don't have to convince you of that, but I do want to show you all this stuff. All right, so somebody said, this grandma finds this is a godsend. I love that. All right, so are y'all ready? Just type in ready. If you're ready, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to open this up, the presentation here. Now, you're going to see where it says 2017. This is top secret, okay? I've never shown this to anybody before. Some of the stuff in this presentation is brand spanking new, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really awesome. We're going to give away $1,000 at the end of the webinar, and I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm going to go into ESA. I'm going to show you everything that's there. And this is going to be a crush it webinar for sure. All right, so let me start out with this. What's new in ESA 2017? And if you're in it, why should you be mega excited? And if you're not in it, why should you have a fire lit under your butt to get in it ASAP when I give you this early bird offer later on? Let me tell you why. I was having a nice little conversation with my Facebook rep earlier this month, about 10 days ago. Okay, so obviously for privacy, I have to block out his name because I don't want, there's 1,000 people on here just about right now. I do not want everybody hounding my Facebook rep. But this is my Facebook chat with my Facebook rep. And I showed him one of these campaigns that a strategy that I've updated in Ecom Success Academy. And you can see what he says at the top. And I quote, "Holy moly, these are crushing it." Now, that's coming from a guy that manages multi-seven-figure marketers inside of Facebook HQ. And he was blown away by what I was doing. And then you see down there where I said, did you see the video ad I'm pushing them to? It's a dope ad. And dope doesn't mean anything bad in my terms. It means cool. Like it's a really just, I know some of you in here don't understand sometimes the lingo, but that's not a bad word. It actually means it's really freaking cool, okay? So this is a conversation that I was having with my rep, and you can see down at the bottom, he said targeting overlap is low. You should be able to scale these bad boys very quickly. Now, so that means some of the updates that I'm making and that I've made have been so freaking cool that it blew my dang Facebook rep away. And I think that's big, right? So having said that, let me just go ahead and I want to exit because I can't see the chat box when I'm in the full press. Just want to exit this press for a second. How many of you think that's freaking nuts? All right? I see a lot of you saying nuts. Okay, maybe you need to be a rep. Yeah, I would love to be a Facebook rep too. So, but I talk to Facebook almost on a daily basis. Okay. Now, you know that I've been to Facebook. You know that I've signed the wall. You know I'm very close with them. You saw I just had a conversation. Y'all know that I'm legit. You know that I don't do the wrong thing. I always am an advocate of doing the right thing, the ethical thing, doing it the right way, building a long-term business. That's what ESA is about. Moreover, that's what Adrian Morrison is all about. And that's what my brand represents, is longevity, security, stability, and ethics. All right? So my Q1 report for 2016, I did $728,000 in Q1 of 2016. I expect hopefully to double that Q1 of 2017, okay? So 728K. Q2, I want to show you my quarterly reports. Q2, we had a dip because it was spring, summertime. $483,000. But look at where it says direct traffic there in the circle. We're building a brand. We're getting email traffic. We're getting SEO traffic. I don't even know how we're getting it. People are just remembering who we are and typing it's in, did 112K basically in free money. Q3 scaled up a little bit, $492,000. Now, of course, Q4 is not over yet, right? We still got a couple, maybe 2 weeks before Q4 is over. But I do want to show you just like an up-to-date screenshot, and this actually isn't even totally up-to-date. It may be like a week old or something. Or what is it? What is the date on this? Maybe it's in November or something. Let me double check. I can't see because part of my screen is blocked. Yeah, I think this goes to the end of November. All right, so it's not even like a fully up-to-date screenshot, but in the last 90 days, I've actually done $1 million in sales, over $1 million of sales the last 90 days. And last month we did over 600,000 bucks. So clearly Q4 is going to destroy all of the other quarters. We're going to have done over $1 million. Now, here's why I want to show you that, and here's why I think that's important. Listen, I'm not saying that you're going to do a zillion quadrillion dollars next quarter, okay? But what I am saying is that I'm consistently earning money ever since I released Ecom Success Academy to now. I'm doing bigger numbers than I've ever done in my entire career right now with the strategies that I'm using. And I want you to see that because I want you to understand there is consistency and there is no ceiling to growth with this business model, which many of you very well know that, right? So this is phenomenal right here. You know, I'm going to skip some of these slides. You know, I came from digital marketing, and I had, you know, success, then failure, success, then failure, success, then failure. I shut down my old affiliate marketing business, and I really started focusing on e-commerce. Before, I called this a $2.4 million case study, but now we've crushed out over $4 million in sales.
She left.
And so now I'm calling it a $4 million case study, which is
she will be back later on.
And as you all know, I use Shopify, so that's no news to you. So I'm not going to go over this slide. But here's what I do want to show you, because this should motivate you. Okay, this should be extremely motivating for you. These are some of my payouts coming from Shopify in November. Okay, so 24K, 21K, 17K. I mean, I don't think I had a single day under $9,000. Every day this money's going into my bank account from my big generic store. And a lot of the fuel that created this success right here, created these massive numbers, are the new updates that I'm making to Ecom Success Academy, right? So that is the fuel. And just to prove it, you know, some people say, oh, those are fake, that's in your email. Well, here's a picture of my bank accounts, okay? So anybody making money on Shopify knows what a Shopify deposit looks like into your bank account. So you can see the money coming into my bank account. I'm killing it, or I'm crushing it. And I want my students to get there too, but bottom line is you don't start at 10, 20, 30K a day. You start at step one. You start at getting your first sale. And a lot of my students have just gotten their first sale, or they're still trying to get their first sale, or they've gotten their 100th or 1,000th sale. You know, you've got to start at step one just like I did. And I think that's important to note. You all know that I've had many success students. I don't really think I have to show you the videos that a lot of my success students filmed for me. But a lot of you also know my good friend Onyx Singal. I taught Onyx's wife how to do e-commerce, and she ended up doing well over 6 figures in about 90 days. Crushed it, filmed me a video, and Onyx and I are really great friends. I did that totally for his wife, and she's a brilliant woman. You also know that I preach generic stores. Listen, guys, I don't know how many times I have to say it. I was just talking, and I'm not going to say a name, but I was just talking to a student, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and they hit me up in my Facebook message box. It was like, Adrian, my sales have gone down. My, my store is struggling. I was at 10K a day. What's happened? And I looked at him and I said, well, you've got a niche store. That's what's happened. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've said that. Listen, if you have a niche-related store, here's what's going to happen. You're going to start it, and if it hits, it is going to take off. Boom, okay? But eventually, A niche-related store is going to do this. It's going to crash. I know that. You want to know why I know that? Because I've been there, done that. Look at it right here. Y'all seen these. A lot of you have seen this screenshot before. On the left-hand side is my generic flexible store. On the right-hand side is the niche store that I started that crushed it and then crashed and burned. And I said, listen, you have to be able to pivot, right? You've got to be able to, as soon as something stops working, you've got to be able to pivot to what's working right now. And the difference between those that are seeing continued success versus those that have the one-hit wonders or, quick success but then see a drop is proper training and proper education, right? This student wasn't even in Ecom Success Academy. And that's totally fine. I just said, listen, you've got to start at not just investing in your ads, but you have to invest in your education. And you also have to follow good advice. I have a lot of mentors that give me good advice, and I try my best to follow it. And I think one of the most important things I want you to take from tonight's Profit Power Hour is you've got to start a flexible store. I don't care how tempting the niche-related stores look. I'm telling you that eventually a niche-related store has a higher probability of crashing and burning than a flexible store. Because if today you're selling, I don't know, let's say today you're selling women's fashion stuff and it tanks. You're not, if you have a women's fashion store, you can't start selling men's survival stuff, right? You got to go build a whole nother store, do a whole nother thing. How many of you in here understand what I'm saying? How many of you in here have had a niche store that crashed and burned and you realize and you understand that you need a generic store? It's cool to have a niche store on the side. I had one. Look, it made me like $20,000 last month. But my flex store made me around $600,000 last month. So set yourself up for long-term success, all right? You can see the results right there. And you can see the growth. I don't need to show you this, but 20 minutes to build your store, 3 products. First month I made $60K. Now I've done over $4 million. And actually, I have people beating down the door to buy my business. As a matter of fact, right now I am in negotiations with a potential partner that wants to not buy my store because I won't sell it to them, but they want to buy equity in my store. They actually want to buy shares in my company. What does that mean? That means I'm going to get a huge payday, and it also means I still get to make money with my business, and it also means that in the future I can still sell it and still get another massive payday. It's kind of like double dipping. Now, that deal is supposed to close on Monday. We'll see if that happens. But how many of you think that's pretty freaking dope right there? Remember, that's a good thing, right? That's a cool word. So I see somebody say like Shark Tank. Okay. So it's really cool stuff, but you've got to do it the right way. You can't sell equity in a niche store typically. You could, but you're more likely to do it in a store that shows the ability to pivot, move with the market, and always be promoting what's hot. This is an old screenshot. I don't even know why it's in here, but let's just skip that. That's really old. This is the business valuation I've had. Y'all seen that. This is the $3.5 million business valuation, which now is worth far more than $3.5 million. That was almost a year ago that I got this business valuation. And let me just go over this slide because I think this one is an important slide. There's a lot of ways to make money with e-commerce, but I think one of the coolest things is you have the freedom to sell anything. I do free plus shipping. I do retail stuff. I sell frickin' pillows. I don't even care. Never in my life did I think I would be talking about my pillow sales or, my coffee mug sales or shower curtain sales or whatever it may be. It's the wildest thing, but whatever is making money, you can start selling it, and you should start selling it right now. And I think that's what's so cool about this, because you can do low ticket, you can do high ticket, but more importantly, write this down. I don't even care if you've been in here before. I don't care if you've seen this before. All right, write this down because you don't need to forget it. It's good to have a reminder. You're building a brand. You're building a massive email list. You have an exit plan. You have total control. And that's what's key. All right, those are 4 key things to mega success like I've had and like so many others have had as well. All right, so a couple of other questions. Can I do this from anywhere in the world? You've seen in the group, some people are in random countries that I can't even pronounce are doing this. Yeah, you've just got to use the right processor, right? So Shopify connects to all sorts of different CRMs, or not CRMs, but merchant processors. So you've just got to use the right one, but you could do this from anywhere in the world. Drop ship. I have a lot of students that for some reason ignore that. Why the heck would you buy inventory if you don't have to? Drop shipping's amazing. There's, of course, some people saying, well, sometimes drop shipping's frowned upon. No, it's not. I'm going up to Shopify headquarters in about 4 weeks. They know I drop ship. They freaking love me, right? It's all about doing it the right way and not coming off as if you're a high-risk marketer, right? You've got to do things the right way. The students of mine that are in ESA, if they've actually watched the training and they're applying the techniques, they're doing it the right way. And they're not the ones that are necessarily in there complaining about, this and that, because they're able to come back to our support. They're able to go back to the training and get the advice that they need. And everything can end up being fully automated. Y'all know the rule. Your websites, people come to it, they buy something. The idea is for the vendor to ship it out for you, then you pay for the shipping. Very simple. But let's focus on this. I'm going to take a sip of my ginger ale. Now, I know a lot of y'all have been snapping me, even Facebooking me about this ginger ale. Y'all saw the carton in my wife's car. A lot of the people that you see complaining, and there's really not that many, but a lot of the people that you might see complaining online is people that are doing things the wrong way. Like somebody posted the other day in the group, Adrian, my account got shut down because they said that I was doing this and that. Come to find out, they said, well, I was selling trademarked items. I had freaking San Francisco 49ers logo on something without licensing. Yeah, that's illegal. So I don't teach people how to do that stuff, right? So I'm not going to teach you how to put 1,000 pieces of crap on your site. More importantly, and why I wanted to pull this slide up is, I'm not going to teach you how to do trademark stuff. And I've repeatedly said, don't do it. And a lot of the times, if you see somebody in any group saying, well, I got shut down, 99 times out of 100, it's because they're selling trademarked items. Just don't freaking do it. There's plenty of money to be made doing it the right way, okay? So forget all the trademark stuff. I'm going to show you how to trademark stuff I'm going to show you how to get access to trademark stuff. I'm going to show you in ESA 2017, how to get licensing for stuff. I mean, I have locked down some 7-figure licensing deals that are freaking nutso, that give me the ability to market, what was it, not NFL, but pretty much most of the college football teams. Now, granted, I don't know diddly squat about football. I know what a quarterback is, but I'm a basketball guy, so I'm going to need some help from some of my team that knows a lot about football and what to promote and how to promote that. But hey, I've got access to it, and I know that it is a 7-figure niche, a multi-7-figure niche. What have I been preaching for now almost 8 months? 4 things. Don't forget them, and it's good to be reminded of them, because, you know, it's been a while since a lot of my current members have seen this, and a lot of you may be seeing this for the first time, and it's good. Repetition is key to success. Don't try to market 1,000 products. If you're putting a zillion things on your website, you're screwing up, and you're guaranteeing that you're going to set yourself up for failure. Don't do it. Just find between 1 to 3 products to put on your store and really focus on those. Anybody that says otherwise, anybody that says you should start out with 1,000 products on your store, they're stupid, okay? Don't listen to them. The most powerful word in the world still is the most powerful word in the world. Free, okay? So free plus shipping is still something that we rely on, still something that we do, and we've been able to turn free plus shipping into a massive email list builder and also a way to cash in on retail sales as well. So I'm going to show you all a little bit more about that strategy. Facebook intelligent ads. So y'all know I do conversion marketing on Facebook. I'm letting Facebook do my targeting for me. Once again, there's still people that say do PPE. Why the heck would you do that? I tested some out. Just because everybody, like all these people are saying, what about PPE? What about PPE? I did a couple of PPE campaigns, and they crashed and burned after like 4 days. They made some money out of the gate, and they crashed and burned. Listen, consistency is with Facebook intelligence. All right? Facebook intelligence is consistent, and you've got to use it, okay? Don't listen to all the hype and the hoorah from all these other groups with a bunch of people that don't know anything, that sit around in groups all day and talk. Listen to the guys that are pushing 7 figures, all right? And all of them are going to swear on conversion targeting your ads. All right, email marketing for long term. Yeah, you've got to start doing email marketing if you're not. So many of my students in here, they're not doing email marketing right now. And I'm not trying to, spank you, but yeah, you know what, I am. I'm trying to spank you if you're not doing email marketing and you have a list. I really am, and you should be. Because if you've got an email list and you're not mailing it right now, that's absurd. It's crazy. Start mailing it. You're leaving money on the table. And a lot of you in the group I've seen have said, I have an email list, but I finally sent my first email and I just made X amount of dollars. If you're not emailing your list, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. All in all, less products plus more focus equals more success. That's my strategy. That is what you need to do. You need to become a master of each product. The 4 products I'm going to talk to y'all about, my 4 top, like literally 4 of my top campaigns ever, I focused on them one at a time, right? I mastered one, then I mastered the next one, then I mastered the next one. They ended up doing over $1 million in sales for me because I hone in on one thing, I master it, and then I move to the next. Don't be straggling along trying to do a zillion things, because it's better to have 100% of one thing than 10% of, 10 things, right? It's better to have 100% and maximize that one thing instead of just getting little bits and pieces. You're never, really going to maximize your opportunity. So one of the biggest takeaways that you all still should be focusing on is passion products, okay? So passion products, products that people are super passionate about. I'm looking around here to see in my office if I have any, because I'm in my stand-up office. I don't have any by me, but passion products, stuff that people are very, very, very passionate about. And you're going to see these 4 campaigns that have grossed $1 million. For those of you that get access to that, you're going to see that they are mega passion products. They are things that people are very passionate about, and that's why they still are crushing it. All right, so forget what you think, forget what you like, all right? Do whatever's working right now. Whatever's working right now, that's what you should be focused on, okay? Very, very important takeaway. And I'll pull this slide up just to give you all a good example. Find something people are passionate about. Find your product, all right, that fits into that passion. Then find your audience. I can't tell you how many weird things I've promoted, like the cat socks, and this pin right here. You know, there's 4.7 million people on Facebook that are interested in fountain pens. I mean, that's a passion product. You know, that's the type of stuff that just starting out, if you hit, you could see some success with, instead of going and, you know, just trying to do, you know, whatever you think is really cool, all right? Just find those little things people are passionate about with massive audiences, and then crush. Now, step 2, the most powerful word in the world, you know what that is. We talk about free plus shipping. We talk about the sizzle effect. Let me tell you something about the sizzle effect. I have found a new freaking sizzle effect, and it's similar to this one, but it has to do with video ads, okay? So the new sizzle effect has to do with video ads and free plus shipping offers and everything put together. But just over the last couple of weeks, I have had an ad get 1.2 million video views. 1.2 million video views in a very short period of time. It's going viral. And about, I think it was 1/4 of that traffic is completely free. 1/4 of that traffic was organic, viral traffic that I didn't pay a single penny for, that's generating sales. As a matter of fact, I tried to scale down a little bit a couple days before Christmas, because even though I put on my website, stuff's not going to arrive by Christmas, people don't read. They're not, a lot of times they don't read it. So we scaled down a little bit, and we were doing like 30, 40K a day. Now I can't get it under like $15,000 a day. It's just almost impossible to do unless I just turn everything off, which I'm not going to do. But the new sizzle effect has to do with video ads and gift ads. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. And as you know, the sizzle effect is like attaching a magnet for money to your ads. So this really happens when you get a bunch of people tagging everyone. So y'all, a lot of you may have seen this screenshot too before, but this is the sizzle effect. You've got your ad, people are going crazy underneath it, they're tagging their friends, they're saying, you should get this, you should get that. It's the best type of marketing in the world because it's free and it's quality. It's recommendations from friends, from family members. It builds credibility, it builds trust. This is why what I'm doing works so well. And this is why my students that have gone through the course and really applied the techniques step by step are absolutely destroying it. And some of them go off to test other things and new things, maybe stuff I've never taught, but they all started right here, right? They started right here. And you can always test new things, and that's fine. So the free plus shipping formula is the easiest way to get started. Yes, it's still okay. Yes, it's totally fine to do free plus shipping. Yes, I talked to my Facebook rep about it, and all is good. There's nothing wrong with free plus shipping. You just have to make sure that in your ads, you tell people that they have to pay for shipping and handling. Do not misrepresent your ads. If you misrepresent your ads, that's what gets you in trouble, all right? It's better just to be upfront. I put it on the sales pages. I put it on the ad. I put it in the photo. They have to see just pay shipping and handling. You do that, you're A-okay. I would tell you otherwise, and my rep would definitely tell me otherwise. So this strategy crushes, and the 4 big campaigns that we're going to talk about in a little bit, they all started out as free plus campaigns. Some of them we converted to retail after a little while. Okay, secret sauce. All right, so a lot of you must apply this to your campaigns. $9.95 to $11.97 for shipping and handling. There's no point showing you this. Y'all already know that I crush it on Facebook. All right, so the idea is to make money, but the way you have to do this is by charging those shipping prices and get people to buy multiple items. You have to get them to stack the cart. You have to get them to buy more than one. You have to get them to buy, let me show you something. So instead of selling them one color, let's see here. Here we go. Instead of selling them, this is all I got. Instead of selling them this, okay, say, oh, by the way, you should get the blue one, the pink one, and the red one, all right? 10, 10, 10, 10, or actually really 11, 11, 11, 11, right? $24, not $24, y'all know I'm terrible at math, but over $40 worth of free plus shipping stuff, and that is how I'm crushing it. That is how my free plus shipping offers have always been so successful. So it's not about finding one product, right? It's about finding one product with a variant. Let me stop there and ask you, how many of you in here are looking for products and currently marketing products with variants? All right, you understand the importance in having variants so people can stack their cart. If you don't do that, then you're killing yourself. If you don't do that, then you might not be profitable. You don't want to sell $10. You want to sell $40. Or worst case scenario, you want to sell $20 worth of stuff. All right, so you get the leverage free and you get high order values. And the ads go viral. Here's a 2.7 million view ad. Not half, but about 40% of that traffic was free. And let me just pull it up bigger. About 50% of the traffic from this one's free. It was free. 182,000 likes, 7,000 comments, 200,000 shares. These ads are still live, by the way. 2.7 million, 290,000 shares. This is what the sizzle effect does. You want people to buy more than one. Remember I said the colors, right? Look, blue. And actually, this campaign that you're looking at right here is one of the 4 campaigns that I'm going to be revealing to my ESA students. So be on the lookout for that. I have students not students, but customers come in and they buy every color. And they buy multiple of every color, especially around holidays. This is a $1,000 order. A lot of y'all may have seen this on the last time you came into the ESA presentation. But we get massive, massive orders, but you've got to use that secret sauce to get these huge orders. All right, so what does a store look like? Okay, well, you should already know this by now, so I'm not going to go through this in great, great detail. But I will show you what a store looks like. So this is the Gear Grabber store. If y'all were watching my Gear Grabber fan page yesterday, I was testing some stuff out. Saw some of you message me about it. This is a generic store. All right, this is not a store that sells just one niche. This is the key to success right here in terms of longevity. This is how you build a long-term brand. All right. So a store that has retail products on it and behind closed doors, the secret offer is the free plus shipping. And how do you find products that are crushing it right now? Well, if you're an ESA member, then you have access to this software. How many of you in here have access to the X Factor software, but you're not using it? Type in a 5 if you have access to it, but you're not using it. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm leaving. I'm done. No, I'm just joking with you. I'm not really going to leave, but what are you doing? You've got to use the software. I use it almost every week. All right, so if you're in here and you're not using the software, this is what gives me my competitive edge, and this is what gives me the advantage over everybody else. I literally just saw like 100 people say they're not using this. What? Oh my gosh. You want to market stuff in the cat niche? You don't know what a hot cat product is? Come here to the Facebook search and then type in cat. All right. Type in show me all stuff from this month, just pay shipping, search, and boom. All right, so you can see right here, there's an ad. There's an ad that I think that's Ty Lopez right there promoting the training. Anyways, you can scroll through here and you can see what cat products are selling right now. What you want to look for is the ads that have the most shares and the ads that have the most likes, okay? That's what you're really looking for when you type in a specific niche. Now, coming back over here, if you want to be more specific and you want to see what types of, I saw this the other week, cat headphones, I think it was. Let's see if I typed it in right. I saw some crazy, what was it? Some really crazy, they go over the head. I guess I call them headphones. I don't know what else you would call them. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, there they are. So I saw these crushing it. They're everywhere, right? So I haven't tested these. I haven't done them, but I found them when I was going through and I was doing some research. So this X Factor software, it's not for sale. You can't get this anywhere. You can't buy it. You can't private message me and ask me if I'll sell it to you. I'm going to say no. This is only something for my ESA members. And ESA members, if you're not using this, you should be, because this is the key to finding products that actually convert. Go ahead, just spit out some niches in the chat box right now. Let's play around for a second. A lot of you are saying, where is it in ESA? I'll show you, don't worry. So we've got somebody said fishing, okay? So let's just type in fishing. Let's see what's popping in the fishing niche, okay? So you can see December 3rd, 49 shares, 13 comments, right? So fishing bracelets, 37 shares. All right, so, that's okay, but this is what you're looking for right here. I'm sorry if you're one of my students and this is your ad. 939 shares, 130 comments, 3,000 likes. All right, just by typing in fishing. All right, but see, there's more to it than this. Obviously, you got to know how to write a good ad. You've got to know the targeting and stuff. But we found a product that we know is literally popping. All right, so right there, we can see that this tool alone is worth well over $1,000. Or would you say that this tool alone is worth well over $3,000? Just say yes if you would agree, right? Because it instantly shows me what stuff I don't know about a fish necklace that's made out of a quarter and has a hook on it. It's not something I would ever think about. But look, somebody else is doing it, so who cares what I think? This is going viral right here. That's what you should be focusing on, is using this software and finding stuff that's crushing it. Somebody else said camping. So let's type in camping. All right, so camping gear. Maybe I didn't type in the right thing. Camping this month, all. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff come up for camping. I'm seeing, I guess this thing right here, 26 shares. There's another person advertising. Okay, so we're starting to see the same item multiple times. That's a good sign. Anything you see multiple times, it's a good sign. All right, so let's see what else we have. I'll do one more. Let's see. Somebody else typed in elephants. Okay, so let's type in elephants. I know that's actually a really great niche. All right, so we'll do elephants. Let's see what comes up. All right, so 11,000 views on this video right here. 208 shares. I mean, whoa. That's interesting. 90 shares. Okay, that's doing good. All right, 167 shares. That's doing pretty good. 1,000.4 views, 33 shares. So now, all of a sudden, I could probably start crushing it with elephant stuff, right? So all I have to do is look at what's there and what's working and just go in and find something similar, right? All right, so if you do not have this tool, you need it. But you have to be inside Ecom Success Academy to access it. And for those of you that are asking where it is in ESA, it's actually really simple to find. You just come here to modules, and down here at the bottom left where it says bonuses, you click on bonuses, and some of my top secret stuff that I just showed, I'll talk about it later. But you come down here and you find the Sizzle Sniper software, and you click it, and it'll give you the password, and it'll give you direct access to the software. So you've got to start using that. If you're struggling right now and you don't know how to find a working product, for goodness sakes, you've got to start using this. It puts me ahead of everybody else. That's all I'm going to say about that. But this is worth far more than any other research tool I've ever seen in my entire life if you're a Facebook marketer. All right, so back in here, there's Jeffrey. Jeffrey was actually sick last week, I think, so keep him in your prayers. I heard he had a little surgery or something, but he's been a great student. I think he's done over $500,000 in sales now. The guy is just, he's awesome. I mean, he is a go-getter. He's a DSA student, right? So step 3, Facebook intelligent ads. Listen, nothing has changed about Facebook intelligence. I know that there's this hype about, manual bidding and all that stuff. And listen, I've tried manual bidding. I've talked to the master of manual bidding. And at the end of the day, long-term success comes from automatic bidding. Manual bidding can make money. It has for me, it has for others. But every single person I've ever talked to that's manually bidding, instead of doing the optimized for conversions at automatic bids, they always come back. They always come back to optimize for conversions with automated bidding. It's the easiest way, and it's the best way for long-term success. I don't look at what's right here. Even if something's blocking my vision, I'm still thinking about what's here. When I'm driving on the road, I don't really pay attention, as much attention to the car in front of me as I do the car in front of them, right? I'm always looking ahead. So I know when there's a curveball coming, I know when to swing. If there's a bump coming up, I can see it 2 or 3 cars away. I'm always forward thinking, right? I don't care about right here, right now. I care about next week and the next week and 10 years from now. And conversion, Facebook intelligence targeting is long term. So when you're in Facebook ads, this is what you should be clicking on. Now, Facebook updated their interface a little bit, and it's the same stuff. For some reason, they just can't leave well enough alone with the design. They keep moving frickin' buttons around, and I'm getting tired of filming new videos every time they move a stupid button or they change the color of something. It's unreal. Leave it alone. It works perfect. All right, so increase conversions to your site. All right, this is a conversion campaign. Zero targeting. Look at the bottom. Look at where the blue arrow is, the bottom right. I'm targeting, what is that? I have to minimize the screen so I can see it. 120 million people I'm targeting on this campaign. Do I still do zero targeting? You bet. You bet I do. I do zero targeting all the time. Some of my biggest campaigns are zero targeting campaigns. But it's all about what I teach in Ecom Success Academy. In ESA, I teach you to start with that $5 budget. I teach you to let Facebook optimize for you. And more importantly, I teach you the 4 phases of targeting. You know, so many students in the Profit Power Hour group have praised the 4 phases of targeting. If you were to go back in the archives and look, you'd see so many students say, I was skipping step 1. And it's more than just knowing what the 4 phases are. Like, anybody can tell you, oh, phase 1 is this, phase 2 is this. It's about how to apply them correctly. And a lot of my students in here understand that have gone through it. How many of you in here that are currently in ESA know that it's more about, and agree, it's more about just knowing what they are. It's understanding how to properly apply them. All right, so Victor Petrov, Curlin, Martine, Brandy, Mike, Garrett, Melanie, right? So it's about, not just about the principle, but how to apply the principle. The campaigns, the way they work, if you're not doing this now, you should have your Facebook report column set up so you can see view content, add to cart, and purchase, okay? So I look at these, and you can tell a lot by these numbers, by the way. If you see a massive drop-off from add to cart to purchase, you can see that there might be a big problem. If you see a massive drop-off from view content to add to cart, maybe you can go in and make better optimizations on your product page. Or maybe there's something you could do in your purchase flow that you could make better, which I've done personally myself. There's different things. But Facebook lets you see all of this data, and Facebook learns from it. So I highly suggest that you do this. All right, so the audiences I'm hitting are still mega, mega large audiences. The ROI is sick. The ROI is huge. But not every campaign is, this isn't all of my campaigns. Some of my campaigns are 50% ROI. Heck, last month I had quite a few campaigns that didn't even work. They lost money last month. I turned them off and I optimized. And you focus on killing the losers and scaling the winners. If you let the losers continue to lose, then they will eat away the profits from the winners. You have to know when to turn things off. You have to not be emotionally attached to ads. So many times students have mailed into our priority support for ESA and said, I've been running this campaign for 2 weeks and it's not working. It's losing money. What do you suggest? And I would say, turn it off and do something different. Don't let something just sit there and bleed. Why try to force something to work when there's a zillion other things out there that just simply work? You want to find things that are simple to scale. You want to find things that are long-term. You want to find things that appeal to massive audiences, not teeny tiny audiences.